Goal 4 of the Sustainable Development Goals, Quality Education, describes STEM and STEAM curriculum. There are currently two educational approaches to teaching children in the U.S., the STEM curriculum and the STEAM curriculum. STEM focuses on educating students in 4 specific disciplines: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM incorporates these principles into a cohesive paradigm that encourages motivation, engagement, and employs real-world applications. STEAM adds the arts to education and uses the 5 points to guide student inquiry, dialogue, and critical thinking. STEM supporters believe that curriculum naturally involves the arts. Examples include product design and the communication skills needed for language arts. STEAM supporters say incorporating the arts into the other disciplines devalues arts' importance. These two forms of teaching are not too different from each other. Exploring opportunities where art naturally fits into the STEM narrative can help create a healthy balance. Treating art as an applied subject, such as math and science, will give students a new discipline to learn that can also be applied to real-world situations. Design classes can help students learn how to create logos and organize information into presentations. Performing arts, like drama and speech, can help translate into technical writing and persuasive writing skills, which are abilities used in technology-driven and marketing career fields. Creative planning calls for students to use the right side of their brain to think outside of the box, which can come in handy when needing to create content and innovative thinking. Science, technology, engineering, the arts, and mathematics are all important factors that make up the curriculum. Being able to learn about all of them will lead to well-rounded and versatile professionals.
Okay, Motadegbe will be talking about Yoruba environmental philosophy, a remedy for environmental degradation.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll be sharing on Yoruba environmental philosophy, a remedy to environmental degradation. From my abstract, I've established that there is a growing environmental degradation or crisis that is unfolding throughout the world. These are sparked substantial debates, leading to several studies trying to establish the origin, the causation, and the potential remedy for this environmental degradation, which I believe is also one of the reasons why we are here in this meeting. However, philosophically speaking, several studies in the aspect of, from philosophical perspective, has always gone in the aspect of who is responsible and who to blame. And this has often led to targeting some entities such as the government, companies, and the communities as people who are to be blamed or who are responsible for this environmental degradation. However, beyond the question of who is to be held responsible or blamed for environmental degradation, the essence of this study is just to show that there is a philosophy used by the Yorubas of Nigeria, which I tag the Yoruba environmental philosophy, that can be used as a remedy to environmental degradation witnessed in the global community. That is witnessed in the global community. And let me establish that because studies have shown that that engaging in a sustainable environment is crucial to human healthy living, both now and the future. We all need this. Several studies have shown that. So what I do in this study is to employ the method of semiotic to interpret some Yoruba proverbs and the method of philosophical analysis to examine the notion of philosophy, to examine the notion of philosophy, to establish the philosophy or ideology that governs the human nature relation in Yoruba settings. I believe so much that based on findings that there are several studies that govern human nature relationship with the society. Several studies have established that. However, I'll be arguing from a virtue standpoint from using Aristotelian doctrine of meaning to show how plausible the Yoruba environmental philosophy is to help to remedy this issue. Okay, this is my submission. To the introduction, I haven't established that environmental degradation is rising. There are several theories that have been put together in order to remedy this issue. However, in the broad sense, it can be grouped as the anthropocentrism and the ecocentrism. Why the anthropocentrists are of the opinion that, why those who argue against the anthropocentrism are of the opinion that, okay, women are the major cause, because the anthropocentric conception believe that woman is the major force in this world. Why ecocentrism, on the other hand, negates this assumption by trying to demean the place of man in the environment, in the ecosystem, opining that some scholars have find that land, air, water, and women are equal. Everyone needs each other to live healthy within the ecosystem, within the environment. However, both ideologies are not without certain issues. So the interest there is just to show that there is a gap and to establish the Yoruba philosophy as something that can, as an ideology that should be propagated in order to manage this gap within human and nature, within human and the environment. So without wasting our time, I said I will be using the semiotic method. The semiotic method is a method that helps with interpretation. It helps to interpret science. The semantic as a theory of science. So semiotic is the philosophical study of science. So I noted here that, quoting Charles Sanders here, that meaning is non-existent if there is no sign pointing to another. Meaning generates signs from signs in long pedological chains distributed over time in a certain direction. So the study of semantics enables scholars to decode and analyze the underlying patterns of meaning in communication systems, from language to visual art and beyond. In essence, what semiotics does is that it helps scholars to analyze, just like people have said that the science is part of other things. So based on this section, then I will move to my next section, philosophy in a nutshell. I established that Yoruba, from finding that Yorubas are indigenous people of the southwest Nigeria. They have their unique culture, as we know that their philosophy or ideology, their relationship with the environment, they call them in their culture. And in order to examine this, that is why I bring in the Yoruba word. I bring in the proverbs. I established that Yoruba environmental philosophy examines the moral, metaphysical, and interact with the natural world. Yoruba environmental philosophy encompasses the principles governing human and environmental relationships in Yoruba society. So this can be noted in the Yoruba proverbs. And I'll be using two proverbs to just using the semiotic method to analyze this. So Yoruba will say that Okoti Abbas so Sagbon Lagbon Somoni. Well, when we interpret it, it means the stone one throws at a coconut palm is the same as the Sagbon, which is coconut palm within Yoruba. It represents nature. It represents the environment, the biosphere, the hemisphere, the lithosphere, among others. That whatever woman throws at nature is what it will throw back at humans. This philosophy is what governs human-nature interaction in traditional Yoruba philosophy. Or it's background, or it's sleeping around. No, semantically, when we look at it semantically, when we look at it, that idea denotes humans. it represents women in Yoruba context, that an Isasun represents the environment, knowing fully well that within the Yoruba community there is a place to bury woman. So it denotes the environment. And defecate is talking about pollution or destroys. So a man who pollutes or destroys the environment pollutes his resting place. That's the implication in Yoruba philosophy. And this awareness, this consciousness, that's the relationship between woman and nature, thereby not lead to excessive exploitation. So that is why I therefore bring to awareness that there's a need to propagate something like this, to bring it to front this kind of ideas within the community, so that it can be, that it's a useful ideology that can be used. So conclusively, as I've earlier said, that it can be inferred from the above that from Yoruba, the harm done to the environment is damage done to oneself, and how we treat the nature determines its response to us as humans. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, and thank you for the research and for the eye-opening session about Yoruba and the ideology and the like. So because of our time.